Today I want to talk about 8 things that you can do once you get your job offer. These things will help you get the maximum salary that's available. Just because you get a job offer, and absolutely congratulations on getting a job offer. I know all the work and detail that goes into that, but you got it and you read it, and now you need to decide what to do next. And let's use for an example, you wanted, let's say $48,000. But you look at your job offer and it says $42,000. So what do? Do you do nothing? Do you just accept it? Or do you try to negotiate a higher salary? It's up to you, but you have to feel like that you've put forth your best efforts. So you've done all this work, probably know what you're looking for, but you need to potentially take it to the next level. One of the things that you should know about is most companies, they have a budget for that position. So if you go back a little bit further, so you usually have a managing director or a director or manager. Supervisor goes to that person and says, hey, look, I need to hire somebody else. This person's either left the company or this person's been promoted or, the company's grown, you need another position. Anyway, they need to hire somebody else, so they have to set forward a budget. It's just something that they pull out of the air. There's a number, and there's a range in that number based on other people that's in that position already. So it's a calculated number. They look at it. They've probably already done their research in the industry, depending on the location and time of experience. So the company's already done that. So I think you probably need to do something like that, similar to ensure that you get the best bang for the buck. Because if you don't, 6 months from now, a year from now, you'll find yourself being unhappy. So let me start by saying you need to do some research. Do your own research. Go to, I think I mentioned this in another one of my videos, but you have to go do your research. There's several different applications or websites out there where you can figure out the best value or based on your experience, based on your education. But you need to do your own research and say, hey, look, I was offered 42. I'm looking for 48. The industry standard for this position and in this role with my user experience and my education is in somewhere in the range of 45 to 55. So you need to have that number in your head and be able to articulate that when you get the opportunity to do so. Number 2, you should understand the benefit package, right? Understand what's normally offered for this type of role. So understand it, and if it's a small company, they might not be able to give some of the benefits as a large company would do, or vice versa. Maybe a small company is more flexible and has more perks than a large company. So understand and be flexible, understanding that you have some idea of what the benefits may offer. Number 3, look, understand what your experience brings to the table. Understand your degrees, your certificates, your licenses. Maybe you've done something extra. Those things are all worth money, and they might be enough to get you to the next bump up. It might be enough to get you a couple extra $1,000 or more in your salary offer. So make sure you articulate those things and highlight those things, because maybe that was looked over during the interview process or when they made the offer. So just make sure you just be ready to highlight those again. If you have learned by yourself how to master some software, let's say Salesforce, something like that, if you're into sales, understand that has value. If you've already taken some courses, understand if you just mastered on yourself and you can demonstrate how you can migrate through those software or whatever it is, that's valuable also. So make sure you have all of these things ready to have that discussion. Here are the 7 things that you need to do to make sure that you get the best bang for the buck, if you will, for your new salary. Number 1, mentally prepare yourself. Think about what you're going to do. Like I said, go back to that research, pull together a constructive, candid conversation on how you're going to ask the hiring manager to increase your salary point that's outside of what was in the offer letter. Make sure you have your elevator speech. You don't want to go on forever and ever, but make sure you detail it exactly why, based on your experience, based on your education, based on your time in the industry, based on your knowledge with certain software, that you think that you should get a higher salary. Number 2, always be constructive. Never be negative. Never be assertive. Be nice. Be respectful. But be firm. Don't come across being very negative or aggressive, that will get you nowhere. Just be professional. Be professional about what you're asking. Don't be weak. Don't be flimsy. Say what you want. Ask for what you want. You know, there's an old saying, you don't get what you don't ask. So you have to ask. Number 3, make sure that you try to do this face-to-face. Try to set up a meeting with the hiring manager. Try to do it over coffee. Try to do a video conference. Whatever you need to do, but please don't try to do this over email or texting, something like that. You need to either have a phone call with that person, worst case, video conference, worst case. Me, I want to do it face-to-face because I want to look that person in the face and I want to drive home the value that I'm trying to bring to that company. You have to be professional. You have to be respectful. You can't go in with this bull thing and say, I am the latest thing in the world. I'm the greatest. Hire me, and I deserve to get A, B, and C. That won't work for you. It might work for some people, probably 10% of the population maybe, but the rest of us, you're gonna have to be respectful. Number 5, come with facts, and it ties back into the first one or the second one. Come with facts. Don't come with speculation. Have your details. Have your articles. Have your items printed out if you need to, and show. I'm pretty sure, the company's done their salary survey. You need to be able to show your salary survey and make sure, again, in a very, very respectful manner. Don't come off very, very cocky. You're trying to establish a relationship that you're fair and firm at the same time, and you want the hiring manager to do the same. Number 6, always give a salary range that you're looking for. You're going to be asked. So if they offered you 42 and you're looking for 48, you might want to say, I'm looking for a salary range of 48 to 55. You might want to say that. You don't want to cut yourself short, but you need to be able to articulate exactly what you're looking for. And the last one, you need to be able to understand where your walk away point is, okay? Know what to do. At a certain point, again, be professional, but you need to say, look, this is not going to be a fit, right? You need to understand what your requirements are. All right, you need to know about the commute. The commute's going to cost me, $100 a month in fuel. The tolls are going to cost me another $100 a month. The parking is going to cost me another $50 or $100 a month. All these things tie in to the money that you need to receive. The company doesn't know what your financial responsibilities are. They know, based on the market research, this job pays X. You're trying to get X plus 1, so you need to do your research. But you also need to know sometimes companies can't be flexible. They're fixed because they have budgets and they have to respectfully decline. You have to do the same thing sometimes. So don't be disrespectful. Don't draw it out and then walk away at the end of the day. Now, let me give you another couple pointers here. If the company is negotiating with you in good faith, and they offer 42 and you go to 45 and then you're at 46, but you still think 48, and they finally get to that point where you are getting the 48 and then you get another job offer for 49, what do? Be professional. You've already been negotiating with this company in good faith, and if they compromise and meet your target or close to your target, take that position, be thankful, be respectful, decline any other offers, decline interviewing with anybody else, because this company clearly wants you to join them. They want you to be a part of their team. So don't play the flim-flam thing. Don't play around with them, because it's a small world and we'll come back and hunt you. Let me give you a bonus scenario here. My son actually told me this story. It's kind of funny. And it's about rejection and being concerned about somebody telling you no. So basically, the story goes, I think one of his bosses asked him to go into a Starbucks or a coffee establishment. And he asked him to walk up to the front and say, can you give me a cup of coffee for free? And the person obviously looked at him and said, no, we don't do free coffee here. There's a point system, but we don't do free coffee. So he said, look, no, please, can you give me a cup of coffee for free? Not the most expensive coffee, but just a regular Americano. And the person, again, respectfully said, no, sorry, we can't do it. So he gets his coffee and he goes over to the side and he waits and they deliver the coffee to him. And he goes back and he sits down at the table with his friend. And his friend says, hey, what happened? Did you get the free coffee? He said, no. They said no. He said, you're still alive, right? It didn't kill you, right? You heard no, and it didn't kill you. It didn't hurt your feelings. and it's not going to kill you. Hearing no is part of life. But if you don't ask, if you never ask for that free cup of coffee, you'll never get it. You're never going to get it. One day it might be the manager sitting at this coffee shop, and you might say, hey, you've been in here 1,000 times. You know what? I'm having a great day today. I'm going to give you a free cup of coffee. But if you don't ask, you never get it. So you have to ask. You have to respect yourself enough just to ask the question respectfully. They say no to the coffee, walk away happily. Okay, this is, I want the coffee anyway, it's good value, but I had to ask to make sure I'm not leaving anything on the table. Last but not least, if you can't get extra salary, money, then you need to think about some of the other tangible things that are out there that may be available to you. Example, I mentioned earlier, you may be getting an allowance for fuel. You might get an allowance for even a car. You might get an allowance for parking. You might even ask for an extra week's vacation. You might even ask for a signing bonus. All those things add up, so I wouldn't discount. So make sure that when you're going through your negotiations that you add these things to the list at some point. Be strategic, be thoughtful. If you like this video, you like this content, please click the subscribe button. And if you really like to have a one-on-one conversation with you, please go over to my website and set up a free session. I would love to continue with this dialogue on anything that you think that I can help you with to succeed in your role, in your position. My specialty is career growth, and through some of the programs that I pull together, we can make it easier. I'm not going to say it's easy, but if you have a process in place with clearly defined steps, it will help you master your career goals. I'm also available for networking. I'm also available for seminars, blogs, anything like that. So anything you think I may be able to help you with, please give me a yell. I'm open. Hope to see you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.